Hey guys, welcome to a new video. What a crazy week it's been, huh? Stock market's in meltdown. We're all crying a little bit inside. We're hoping that it'll all recover soon. But yeah, let's get into what I've been doing. I've been treating this as a buying opportunity. I feel like we've been buying the dip, and we're just all running out of money. You feel like me, I've been buying the dip more. I try to buy that, and then you're just running out of money. But I'm going to take you through my portfolio, a bit of an update, and what I've been buying this week and what I'm looking to buy now that the market's got even worse. So just a bit of an update with what's happened in March. It was a pretty bad month. I mean, everything was kind of going down. Prices of all these YieldMax funds were down, and so all the distribution percentages, distribution amounts were down as well. So I was targeting a $15,000 to $16,000 month in Australian dollars for March, and it came out at 14,641. If you can see there, my target is to be at least 20,000 of income through YieldMax by the end of the year. I still think I can achieve that if things actually, if we are kind of nearing the bottom and we start to go up from here. I hope that's the case, but we shall see. So yeah, we've had our first group distributions this week with Group B, I believe it is. No, sorry, C. So that's Coney, 43 cents, which is really bad for Coney. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, considering what it was in January, Coney was 83 cents, and then it was $1.04. It's really bad. It's gone down a lot, but that's a reflection of the market at the moment, I guess. AMDY 27 cents and nothing great there. LFGY, it's still pretty consistent actually at 41 cents and a weekly one. So I'm still very bullish on LFGY. I think that's going to recover when crypto and Bitcoin recovers, which I still believe will happen. YMAG 9 cents, ULTY at 9 cents. Okay, now so obviously the talk of the week is Trump tariffs. The stock market's plunging. It's in meltdown. It's it's going to be a recession, and so the markets have been hit pretty hard, haven't they? And it's pretty scary when we're all kind of like 30, 40, 50% down on some stuff, and I'm just like, oh, what do you do? And for me personally, I'm trying to treat it as an opportunity. I'm trying to buy more of the funds that I really believe in, and essentially DCA, dollar cost average, into the ones that I think are really doing well. But if we look at the market, I mean, it got attacked in there. So, like Chippy, this is that new YieldMax fund, and I think that must have launched at $50 because they all launch at $50 these days, and it's already down to 45 in less than 24 hours. So that's a bit crazy. Shows how badly everything's doing. Bit of an interesting time to launch a new ETF, but it is, I think, it is semiconductor stuff, and I think that could actually, it's an interesting time to launch because I think we're nearing the bottom and it could just go up and could do pretty well, and I think it will yield some pretty good distribution. So I'm not going to buy into it yet because it's too much of an unknown, but I'll keep my eye on it. Now CVNY, that's down 23%, which is wild, but I actually have been looking into this a bit more, and yeah, Carvana. I didn't really know much about this company, but looking into it, did a bit of research, and then the forecast, even from trading analysts, is pretty good. So if we're looking at the Carvana share price is currently 181. The average they're looking to see is 274, and then maxing out at 340 with a minimum of 165. So we're sitting at this kind of bottom area here. So I'm actually thinking I'm gonna buy. The distributions were really good. I think it was $2.90 this week that it gave as a distribution. So I think I'm going to get into it, throw a little bit of money into it, whatever money I've got left, because I think it's actually a really good buy at this price. It's been going up. It's very volatile. It gives good distributions because of that volatility, and it seems to try and make its way back up. Even with the current market conditions, you can see that little spike there. If we go to we'll go to it on trading view, and then we'll have a look. Hold on, just go 1 month. So you can see how it's already tried to recover from that dip previously. It went up from 31 to $40, and then it's obviously tanked from the recent market news. But yeah, I'm going to throw some money into that. I'll just show you what I've been throwing a bit of money into, what I've been buying this week, and that is SMCY. So I think SMCY is a good fund. It's volatile, but again, pretty bullish that it's going to get back to that kind of mid-20s range. So I bought it at 1970, 76 shares, which I think is a pretty good price. PLTY, I'm still dollar cost averaging into that. It's a great fund. It gives a great distribution. I think Palantir will do well. Once this all calms down, I think Palantir will go back up again. If we have a look at Palantir, let's look at PLTY, because that's what we're looking at, isn't it? Where is PLTY? Why can I not find it? Here it is. So yeah, look at that. I mean, let's go 3 months. I mean, it's so volatile, but it increases a lot. If we go to, say, all time, yes, it started at 50, got up to a high of $95. And then obviously with all this news, this volatility, this uncertainty, it's come down a lot. I think this is a great price to buy in at. And I think it can easily recover to that $90, $95 mark this year. I don't know, not a crystal ball, but I'm definitely buying into it. I think it's a great fund. So PLTY is one of my favorites. So that's PLTY, SMCY, IBIT, which is the Bitcoin ETF. I bought more of that because I'm dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin what's Bitcoin trading at right now? It is at $82,000. If we look at that on a 6-month basis, that obviously went up to that kind of 108, 107, 108K high, and then it's come down. But with global liquidity coming in, the tariffs news is kind of done now. Hopefully we're hitting the low end of the Bitcoin price, and I'm still bullish on Bitcoin with everything that's going on. The Bitcoin ETFs, the government have a Bitcoin reserve, global liquidity coming into the market. My kind of thesis on this is that it will be 150 to 200K by the end of the year. Could be wrong, not financial advice, definitely don't take my word for it, but I still see it as being around that area. So I am also buying into Bitcoin through IBIT. Now, what else? So yeah, IBIT, Misty, MSTY, still my favorite YieldMax fund. So I got in at $20.20. For me, anything under $25 to get into Misty is a great price. So I'm going to continue buying into Misty in those low 20s price ranges. Coney, obviously it had its distribution, so it then reduced a little bit from that, and then obviously compounded with the news of the tariffs, went down even more. Coinbase has not been doing well, but I think it's hit, I hope it's hit a kind of a threshold, and it should start to bounce back. I see May being a pretty good month for Bitcoin and crypto, so who knows? Or at least second half of the year will be. Maybe it won't be in May, but I believe second half of the year will be. So bought more into Coney, and then missed MicroStrategy. So not the YieldMax ETF, but the actual underlying of MicroStrategy at $280. Because yeah, I believe in MicroStrategy and what they're doing. Not just Misty, but in MicroStrategy itself. And obviously that's a Bitcoin play, but more of a leveraged Bitcoin play. So you see this, I think MicroStrategy was actually the best performing stock of 2024, on the exchange. So it's got incredible performance. And if Bitcoin does go up to that 150K level this year, it is gonna do well. And I think that $280 mark is a really good, it would have been better to get in here at 240, 250, but I still think this is a great price to get in at. And so that's what I've been buying into. Now, what else am I looking at? I'm looking at, just put it here, more Misty, NVIDIA, Coney, PLTY, and CVNY, which is the one we talked about with Carvana. So I'm just that's a new one for me. I'm going to put a bit of money into it and see how we go, because I think it's at a pretty good price right now. If we look at the price, I mean, this year's been awful, wasn't it? Like from the start of the year to date, prices are down for probably every single stock in the market, to be honest. So yeah, people will say there's NAV erosion with YieldMax funds, but it's not just YieldMax, it's every single stock. It's based on the underlying. And as you can see, everything's down. Nvidia's down 38%, SMCY 23%. Like they're all, Coney's down the most at 45%, but I expect that to rebound in the second half of this year. Tesla, I'm not really touching Tesla at the moment. I don't like the political drama that's going on. I think it's affecting sales and it's affecting their business essentially. So I'm avoiding it for the time being. I still think that there's potential there for it to rebound. I think it will, but I'm just avoiding it. I think there's other things like Palantir and Bitcoin, essentially Bitcoin plays that I'd rather invest my money. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I'll be looking for more to get into more of these Misty, Nvidia, Coney, PLTY, and CBNY this week with whatever cash I have left. I'm trying to find whatever I can because I do feel we're close to the bottom. I feel this is an amazing buying opportunity. I wish I was getting into YieldMax at this time. I wish I was getting into the stock market at this time because I think this is, when there's fear in the market, that's where you should be buying. That's where you should be investing. If you look at my Misty fund, like I've now got 3,808 shares of Misty at an average cost price of $27. Now, when I first started getting into it, like it was October, November time, but I only started doing these tables around December. I was in at $34, so I've had to dollar. So that was a pretty high. Like in November, December, that's when Trump got in. Everything was high. Everything was pumping. Everyone was super bullish and excited. And now things, the tables have turned, and everything's kind of tanking. And I've had to dollar cost average my way into a lower average price for Misty. So it went down to $32 as the price went down. And I just kept buying $30 and I just kept buying. And then down to $27 and I just kept buying as much as I could basically. And I'll continue to do that until I can get to the kind of $26. I mean, it depends because I think MicroStrategy and Bitcoin and Misty will start to rebound soon. And it's when we get to that $25, $26 mark, I'll probably stop buying into it because I want to keep that average as low as possible. But that's what you have to do. Keep buying now. I mean, like I said, if I was buying now and I put 3,800 shares into Misty at $20.20, I'll be super happy with that because I think it's gonna fly by the end of this year. But I don't have a crystal ball. This is not financial advice, but I just think that at this present moment in time, this is a great opportunity to buy, great opportunity to get into the market. And it's a great opportunity for YieldMax funds. So I hope that we are close to the bottom, that everything starts to rebound soon. But let me know what you think. All right, cheers, guys.